this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to add drag and drop image functionality to create a drag and drop image box that we can then use to update our profile image in Clerk. So let's get started. So first, a quick look at how this part of the project is working. So I have a useState with an image property. Okay, this is what we're going to be using, and I'm going to update the values using this. Okay, so we have the handle input that will trigger if the image file input changes. It will trigger this function that will convert the file into a base64 string, and then we will just add that string into our state image property. And then when we update the form by clicking the button, it will just update the profile image on Clerk using the set profile image method by passing in that base64 string. Okay, and this is just to clear the image data. Okay, so here if you see that we have this div with some styling, that is this code right here. This is just a simple div with some styling. That's it. We're going to convert this into a drag and drop box that we will use to update our image. But here is the code. If you came from the previous tutorial, you know how this code works. But I do want to clarify one thing. I kind of made a mistake in the previous one, not a big one, just a small thing. So what you need to do is add a div with relative and add the button inside that separately, and then the label and the image and the input need to be added after that. Okay, that's how you need to do this. So we have a label that will trigger this input file when I end up clicking anywhere within the label. Okay, if I show you, if I end the hidden, you will see that this is here. Okay, so this is what's going to update whenever I click this image area right here. And you cannot see anything right now. That's on purpose because we're going to use this to drag and drop our image in. So let's get started. So first thing we need to do is I have this functionality over here. Okay, I'm going to use this. I am going to add my div into this. The reason why I'm doing this is that if in the input values state the image property is empty, then I want to trigger this. If it is not empty, then I want to trigger this one. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this and paste this in. Okay, and I'm going to save this. Now you'll only see the drop area. Now what I'm going to do here on this div, I'm going to do a on drag. Okay, what I'm going to do is default to prevent any event from triggering. Then on drop, what I'm going to do is trigger a function, and that function will be, I'll call it set image on drop. That is what I'm going to name this function. Okay, and I'll put it under this one. Okay, so I'm going to get the event and I'm going to prevent the fault, and what I'm then gonna do is I'm gonna get the file, and to get the file I'm gonna do dot data target dot files 0. Okay, and using this, what's going to happen is that I'm going to get the first file, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass that into this function right here. Okay, so I'm just going to copy and paste this in and just do file. Okay, so this will help set the image, and this is basically, first I'm creating a new file reader, then I'm converting that into a base64 string, and at the end of the load I'm going to just update this. Okay, update the image property. So I'm going to save this. So I made two mistakes. Instead of on drag, you need to use on drag over, and the other one is not data target, it's data transfer. Okay, and this is drag over. Okay, keep that in mind. Not on drag, it's drag over. Okay, on drag over. So also here I would add except the image files only. So I'm going to save this. So I'm going to upload this again. As you can see, this time it did upload it. I'm going to delete this, but I'm going to do this. Okay. And this time when I press the update will just submit the form. And on submitting this form, I'm just triggering this function, which is basically doing all of this, which is if the input image is not empty, then using the user. And if you're confused where the user is, it's from Clerk. Okay, use user hook, and then I'm using the user. Okay, so dot set profile image, and then this is using the base64 image string that is converted using this function right here. Okay, and then added into this image property. Okay, so on submit, what this will do is just set the profile image. So I'm gonna click the button, and it takes a little bit of time, but as you can see, it updated and changed the image and reloaded all of the user data as well. So I hope you like this tutorial. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, stay updated on the latest tutorials, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.